The average attention span of a human being is now about 8 seconds, so feel free to use the timestamps linked below to go ahead and jump to a topic that interests you. Thanks. What is going on, everyone? I have missed you guys terribly. We are back for another Dungeon Maker video, specifically for build 10100 on Android, as well as build 1.4.6 over on iTunes. So let's go ahead and get started. I just want to remind you guys that feel free to use the timestamps in the YouTube description, so that way you can go ahead and jump to a subject that interests you and you don't have to listen to things you have no time for or don't care about. All right, so there you go. There's my olive branch to the impatient people out there. So what has been going on, everyone? Not much on my side as far as Dungeon Maker is concerned. As a matter of fact, I made a private video over on my website, boxinthecorner.net, a little plug for myself right there, about how I was pretty much done with the game and how much I loved it. I did a day 500 trial 10 run, and at the end of that video, I said that this was pretty much going to be my last Dungeon Maker video for the foreseeable future. However, NyanPass contacted me out of the blue and said, hey, do you mind making some more content for the game? I can hook you up with some stuff, etc., stuff like that. And we just want to make more content for the game, just get more awareness. And I was like, sure. You know what? It was such a fun game. It still is a fun game. It's still being worked on by the developer religiously, and the community for it is growing. I said, okay, let's go ahead and make another video. But I didn't really know what to talk about, because what I found out in my absence from the game is that the English-speaking community for Dungeon Maker has grown substantially, okay? So before I get rolling here, I want to mention there are two great sources of information for this game that you can check out right now that will probably answer any question you have if you're a new player, as well as an advanced player, okay? Because both communities are pretty cool. The first one, goes without saying, is maintained by NyanPass. NyanPass has been maintaining the Toucharcade forum post on Dungeon Maker. I believe it's 73 or 74 pages long at the time of me making this video, and it is continuing to grow. It's a great source of updates to the game, because NyanPass, I believe, has direct access, I should say, to the developer. So NyanPass gets news updates first, and it's also a great depository of fan art. So if you go through the different forum posts, you see fan art posted by NyanPass. Okay, so if you want some great artwork, that's the place to go, as well as great advice and generally overall good people over at Toucharcade. Moving on from that, there is now a budgeoning. Am I saying that right? Budgeoning? Yes, I hope so. Burgeoning is the word that I'm looking for. Okay, burgeoning community over on the English-speaking Dungeon Maker Reddit. So feel free to use that as a resource. They have a monthly FAQ as well as a sticky post that you can go ahead and use as a resource. And they were nice enough to link my guides over there as well, my day 100 and day 340 guide. Okay, so feel free to check the Reddit out. I highly encourage you to do so, because like I said, both of those sites, the Reddit and Toucharcade forums, they have a lot of more active players, and those players are a lot more informed and more, I guess, in tune with the meta for the game. I left a while ago. I left back in version 1.0.083, I think, when it barely came out. So I don't really know the current meta, but I've done a little bit of my homework before starting to record this video, and most things have stayed largely the same, even though there is new content added to the game. All right, so yeah, that's it for that part. So because I didn't know what to do in this particular guide, I decided I am going to do one of the new challenge modes. I'm going to do it live. I'm going to do it all the way up to day 120. And I'm going to talk along the way, so that way you guys can go ahead and see what's inside my brain when I make a decision in Dungeon Maker, specifically for challenge mode. I hope this is useful for new players to the game as well as returning players, because I know some people out there are visual learners, in that they want to see someone actually doing something rather than simply writing about it. Okay, as a matter of fact, on my day 100 and day 340 guides, I was very surprised that the majority of people that asked questions or left comments were talking about things that I did at the end of the video during my live day 100 run, versus all the things I talked about in my 2 Google Sheets that I've written. Okay, I put a lot of effort into the Google Sheets, and I tried to keep those updated, but people didn't really care. They were just like, oh, I saw you ran day 100. What did you do? This, and this. And it kind of goes to show me that people are still kind of monkey see, monkey do, which is very, very fine. different strokes, different folks. As a matter of fact, I'm one of those learners as well. I have to see it and learn it rather than reading about it. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and get started with that. Let me just go and do a magic little cut in my video right here because my voice is already getting tired. And I will see you guys for the beginning of the challenge run. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started with a new game. And we are going to go ahead and select our Dungeon Lord of choice. Now, I want to go and preface before what I'm about to say that Dungeon Lord choice is always a personal thing. It is extremely subjective. You should always play the Dungeon Lord that you want to play because the game would not be fun if you would not play the Dungeon Lord that you like, right? And that's kind of the whole spice of life. We have variety, we have choices. That being said, the meta of the game when I last left in version 1.0.083 was that Tanya was top tier in all things practically due to this ability, which is Burning Will. It is a autocast 4 mana ability. It gives 3 focus and acceleration to all monsters, and it's very useful for dungeon layouts where you have a lot of battle rooms and you have a lot of monsters, which a lot of people consider the easier to play version. Okay, now if you're a min-maxer, if you're trying to get to day 1000 or day 5000, or I've seen some pretty insane scores over the Toucharcade forums, usually the non-English speakers because they've had the game more, they've had the game longer, I should say. You can pretty much choose any Dungeon Lord you want to, but for most new players and intermediate players like myself, I feel that Tanya is really just simple to use, because all you need to do is keep casting Burning Will and put a lot of dungeon battle rooms, I should say, in your dungeon, as well as a lot of monsters to go along with it, and pretty much Bob is your uncle. It's that straightforward. But whoever you decide to bring along with you in challenge mode is purely up to you. Okay, pick the Dungeon Lord that you're the most comfortable playing, the one that you have the most unlocks for, the highest level, or if you simply just want to choose a Dungeon Lord for aesthetic appeal, feel free to do that as well. It's really up to you. And that is that. So let's go ahead and pick Tanya because she's been my girl since the start, since the moment I unlocked her. Now, challenge mode has been added in the recent update. I'm not too sure which update it was after version 1.0.083, but it is here. And it's different from normal mode is that it has a couple of world constraints, or I should say dungeon constraints, when you choose a particular challenge mode. So let's go ahead and talk about them right now. So starting off, the first challenge mode is called Metronome, and this constraint is the speed of all units is fixed to 1. What this means is that units can't have crazy acceleration, or they can't go at a speed that is faster than 1. So this is actually a pretty challenging mode if you don't know that mechanic, but if you're relatively new to the game and you don't spam acceleration or something of that nature that slows or quickens units, this mode is pretty much going to be very straightforward. Now, choose A or B in this constraint. You can only choose from 2 options throughout the entire game. All that means is that when you finish a stage and you have an option of choosing 3 cards, instead of 3, you only have 2. Okay, so this is actually quite easy, in my opinion, for a particular challenge. Now, Protect Your Lord is a special one. This actually unlocks the new Dungeon Lord. So let's go and backtrack a bit and talk about the new Dungeon Lord. And here she is. Her name is Araya. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Araya? I'm going to call her Araya just for the heck of it. And the only way that you can unlock her is by finishing that particular challenge mode on normal difficulty. Okay, there is no other way to unlock her. So if you just got the game and you're wondering, hey, how do I get her? She looks cool, I want to use her. You unfortunately do have to use... you do have to do a challenge mode, and that is Protect Your Lord, and you do have to finish it on normal difficulty. I'll talk more about that in just a bit. But this constraint is that the Dark Lord's level is fixed to 1. So that means that you cannot start with an overly powered Dungeon Lord, and you also cannot level her up during the course of the game. Okay, so this is quite challenging, but the reward is well worth it. The next challenge mode we're going to talk about is a Portenant. In this constraint, the dungeon will remain at a 3x3 size, and it cannot be expanded. Pretty interesting. I think this is probably one of the harder modes because you have to use your space very efficiently. Okay, so definitely a challenge. I think this is one of the more interesting ones. Now, Broken Illusion is just a troll, in my opinion, because its constraint is that no more girl monsters will show up. Why? That's terrible. This is a monster girl game, and no more girl monsters will show up. This is a horrible mode. I'll never, ever play it for the life of me. I know it's inside the game for fun, so of course it's kind of tongue-in-cheek that I'm saying I never will play it, but it's just very cruel to me. The worst challenge mode, in my opinion. Now, Fate Unknown. In this constraint, the Fate cards basically that you get rewarded after finishing a stage will be face down. So in other words, you cannot see what you're choosing. All right, it's going to be completely random. I think this is really a fun mode because this kind of keeps to the heart and soul of RNG. Like, it's more RNG that you have no idea what you're going to get. So I think Fate Unknown is really good for players who are kind of bored deciding what they can choose for the following days. And if they really want a true RNG experience, I think Fate Unknown is the game mode to play. I really like this mode. And Earthquake is also a relatively RNG mode, but it's also kind of a trolling one in that a random facility is destroyed every 20 days. So basically every 20 days something goes bye-bye. Okay, it could be one of your best facilities or rooms. It could be one of your worst. It doesn't matter. But it randomly gets destroyed, and that's that. Okay, so another equally challenging mode, but I don't think as fun as Fate Unknown for the reasons I mentioned before. So we are, of course, going to be playing Protect Your Lord because we do want to unlock Irea. Unfortunately, on this playthrough, I'm only going to be able to do easy mode. So let's go and show you why. So when you select the challenge mode, you have 3 difficulty levels: easy, normal, and hard. You have to beat easy before you access normal, and you have to beat normal before you access hard. Pretty self-explanatory. If you want to see what the modifiers for this difficulty are, go and click on that little magnifying glass right there, and it's going to show you all of the stuff that is currently going to affect your run. Okay? And the rest of the information is pretty self-explanatory. It's going to remind you what the constraint is. It's also going to tell you the clear condition as well as the reward for finishing this particular challenge. I do want to mention that the rewards for the particular challenge in question in relation to their difficulty level do change, as well as the duration for the clear condition. So for all easy challenges, it's going to be 120 days. For all normal challenges, it's going to be 340 days. And finally, for all hard challenges, it's going to be 500 days. Okay, so easy 120, normal 340, hard 500, and the different rewards. I'm going to go and pop up this little list made by a user over on the English Reddit. It's by a username that I can pronounce. It's u/ni_iv. I have no idea what that is. Maybe it's a little emoticon. I have no clue. But thanks to that person over the Reddit, they quickly made a list to show you the different rewards for the different challenges. Okay, so there you go. Feel free to use that list to your liking. Let's go ahead and select easy because that's the only mode that we can select. I think that's a bug. And let's go and talk about this screen right here. So in challenge mode, you cannot succeed monsters or facilities. Okay, this makes this very, very difficult because most people who have played Dungeon Maker for some time now, they have unlocked the ability to succeed monsters. They have unlocked the ability to succeed facilities, and this makes the game start off a lot quicker. It also makes it a lot easier because you can bring over overpowered monsters, you can bring over overpowered facilities. In challenge mode, you cannot do either, so that makes it very difficult. You have to plan your strategy on the fly with the tools that are given to you as you play the dungeon out. So that's why I highly recommend choosing a meta dungeon lord in the form of Tanya or Floria. But like I said, it's really kind of up to you who you decide to bring. Now on this screen, this is the save monster screen. I talked about this in my other video. I'm not going to talk about it now. Just be very careful when you choose challenge mode, because if you had a lot of really strong monsters before and you haphazardly happen to choose challenge mode, you might lose them. A lot of people were complaining about that over on the Toucharcade forums as well as the Reddit. But I think that has largely been addressed now because a lot of people aren't making that mistake. Okay, so here's the saved facility screen. No big deal about that. Let's go ahead and talk about the exclude screen. So the exclude screen is something new added in the latest update. It allows you to pick monsters that you have unlocked, and you can go ahead and exclude them from showing up in the random eggs that will hatch or however you happen to get monsters in the game. The more you unlock the third pack in the Abyss shop, the more numbers of monsters you can exclude. This is entirely up to you. I find in challenge mode, this isn't really that important. I know someone might correct me, but usually I just try to get the monsters that I like, and I think that in the current meta, Lizardman is one of the early monsters that a lot of people like. So I guess an option for you is that if you have a lot of excludes, feel free to go ahead and get rid of as many 2-star monsters as possible and go ahead and leave Lizardman. So that way he can show up more often. You can go ahead and use him. But other than that, pretty self-explanatory. You can go ahead and exclude the monsters you don't want to show up. As far as excluding relics, why would you want to exclude relics? All of them are pretty useful. Well, of course, there are relics that are a lot more powerful than others. So if you have more of these unlocked in the Abyss shop, feel free to exclude the lesser relics because most of them aren't really that useful. For example, Life Potion I feel is one of the most useless relics to get because all it does is really heal your Dungeon Lord. So I've gone ahead and excluded that. If I had more options, I would exclude some other weaker ones. But the one that you choose is to your liking. And finally, the last exclude screen is for particular rooms you don't want showing up in your dungeon. If you're doing a heavy battle room dungeon, of course you want to go ahead and exclude low level traps because they're largely worthless. If you're doing a heavy trap dungeon, then you want to go ahead and exclude low level battle rooms. Okay, so that way you will be able to access rooms of your choice more often when you complete a day. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead and go with that. And finally, you reach this screen. This will allow you to finalize your settings. If you want to go ahead and change the challenge mode at the last moment, you're free to do so. If you want to go ahead and change the dungeon lore that you bring with you, you're more than welcome to do so. And that is that. So that's a little bit of overview of the new changes in version 1.0.100. Once again, version 1.4.6 over on iTunes. So let's go ahead and cut the video here, and let's go ahead and begin our day 120 run through of challenge mode. Protect your Lord. Alright guys, before we get started here with the actual run itself, it wouldn't be one of my videos without an overly complicated Google sheet for me to show you, right? So I've quickly slapped together one in front of us right here. I'm going to go over some basic strategies and things you should be mindful of when you're doing a Protect Your Dungeon Lord challenge. Okay, so first and foremost, the most important thing to note is on the first line right here. If you're simply trying to unlock Irea, remember that you only need to survive to day 340 on normal difficulty. Do not overcomplicate your build. So in other words, you're not trying to attack the highest score, you're not trying to beat your personal best, you're not trying to get on the leaderboards. What you're trying to do is unlock Irea, and she is only unlockable in the normal difficulty of Protect Your Dungeon Lord, which is at day 340. So, as I said, do not overcomplicate your build. Just kind of keep it simple. Do what you need to survive, and this will make your run a lot easier as well as a lot less stressful. You're not trying to min-max. You're not trying to gamble as much as possible. You're trying to play it safe, get to day 340, go ahead and reach it, unlock her, and then go ahead and reset. Okay? That is the biggest tip when doing a Protect Your Dungeon Lord, especially if all you're trying to do is unlock Irea. Now, the next thing I want to mention is that most players, from what I've seen, die within the first 100 days of a run. Having a good start will lessen the chance of frustration. So what this means is that a lot of players usually have a bad start, or for whatever reason they have something else go on that they're not expecting, and it can cause a very sour taste in your mouth if things are already going south, but you're stubborn. So if things by day 20, for example, are already going pretty bad, maybe you just got a bunch of traps that you don't want to use, or maybe you just got a bunch of rooms that are garbage, or for whatever reason, RNG was really cruel to you, and you got a bunch of Enhance Your Dungeon Lords cards and nothing else that you can use, and remember that your Dungeon Lord cannot level up in this mode, then go ahead and hit that restart button, okay? Because restarting early is going to be a lot better than sticking it out with a really, really horrible start. Okay, moving on to my next point. If you have the random relic at start ability unlocked, you can find this in the Abyss store. I forgot which pack it was, but I think it's pack 1 or 2. Feel free to keep restarting the game to get something you like. So what I mean by this is that if you get a free random relic at the start, you can go ahead and do some new game scumming. Is that what I'm going to call it? Because it's not save scumming. We haven't saved anything. We just started a new game. But you can basically keep re-rolling a new game to get a relic that you really want that's going to help you out. Now, for this particular mode, I would suggest something that directly buffs your Dungeon Lord. In other words, something that gives her additional HP, something that gives her armor, or something that in one way or another is going to help prolong her life for the off chance a hero happens to enter the room and you don't want her to get one-shotted, okay? So that's something to be mindful of. Now, likewise, you may wish to go ahead and keep restarting to get a board layout that has treasure chests or dungeon cards. So what I mean by this in the next tip that I just read is that if you start a new game and you notice there's like 2 treasure chests back to back, or there's a treasure chest and a dungeon card that you can access right away and start reading books, something that is favorable to you rather than having like 10 elite battles in front of you, although I think elite battles are a good thing, you want to go ahead and keep doing that to something that you're comfortable with, okay? If you feel like your Dungeon Lord is really frail and you need a lot of relics right at the start, then you want to go ahead and keep restarting the game until you get 1 or 2 treasure chest rooms, etc., stuff like that. I know it may be kind of a hassle to do this, but believe me when I say having a strong start is a lot better than having a bad one and then kind of stumbling your way as the days go on, and then you're just going to keep getting more and more frustrated as the game kind of lays it into you. All right? And moving on to the next point from that is that expansion should be your #1 priority above all else. Always expand your dungeon. I didn't spell that right. It's dungeon for some reason. Let me go and correct that. Always expand your dungeon for this particular challenge mode. And what do I mean by this? Now remember that your Dungeon Lord is always going to be at level 1. All right, so she's very frail. So you want to create a dungeon layout as large as possible in the hopes that you buffer enough either battle rooms so that your monsters straight out kill all the heroes that are entering the dungeon, or if you're doing a trap heavy build, you want to go ahead and lay it out where most of the heroes are either going to die straight out or they're going to be so severely crippled and weak by the time that they reach the Dungeon Lord's room that they're going to be an easy kill for her as well as her bodyguards. Okay, so whatever you want to do, you want to prevent heroes from entering the Dungeon Lord room as much as possible in this particular game mode. So that is why I highly suggest Dungeon Lords that either have a strong life mechanic like Floria, or Dungeon Lords that have a really strong monster buffing ability like Tanya, or even that you want to go and use Marielle because she has a really strong trap mechanic built in, okay? If you're going to run Emma in this build, I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's going to be tough because you're really gambling. She's only going to be at level 1, and if you're really relying on Fury for her to go and, you know, slash monsters and kill them before they do any real major damage to her, that is a huge gamble, okay? So that's just something I want to go ahead and throw out there. And this just really reinforces my point that I just said in the last thing that I've written here. It is in your best interest to prevent heroes from entering the Dark Lord's room, period, okay? The best thing to do is just don't let them enter the room. Just don't let them do it. Do what you can to buffer or kill heroes before it happens, all right? So with these strategies, they should hopefully help you through easy as well as normal mode to go ahead and unlock Irea. Now, will these particular tips help you out in hard mode? Yes, because they're pretty generic. But if you're going to go ahead and do a hard mode run, I think you already know what you're doing. But just go ahead and be mindful of this particular advice, okay? Because it might be a little bit beneficial to those people trying a hard mode. I usually don't go for the very high end. I don't go for the min-max. I usually just want to get new players as well as players that play the game kind of casually. I just want to give them some pointers so that way they have a set structure in their mind of what to do and what to aim for, and that way they're not kind of being overly frustrated banging their head against the wall because they're kind of aimless. You know what I mean? They don't really have a specific strategy in their head. They're just kind of hoping for the best. And I don't really believe in hope in terms of a strategy game, even though there's an RNG factor. If you believe you will make it, that's a lot better than hoping you will make it. Okay, so my little inspirational speech there for you and my little strategy guide for you. Hopefully you found it useful. Now let's go ahead and actually get to the run itself. Alright guys, welcome back. We're now at the actual gameplay part of this particular guide, and I'm going to be recording this in 20-day segments. So please forgive the little weird editing things I'm going to be doing every 20-ish days, alright? Because I can't talk forever. I'm an old man, and my voice will go ahead and go out if I decide to do that. So the relic that we started off here is the Ghost Amulet. It's not the best in the world, but I don't mind it because I do plan to go monster heavy. So if a lot of my monsters die, heroes are going to take 10% damage, which is a pretty good thing in my eyes. And I do want to kind of hit up that merchant early, even though the elite battle and the event are kind of calling my name. So let's go and start with the first battle and go from here. So I'm going to go ahead and start auto-casting the number 4 ability on Tanya, because why not? That's her best ability. And let's just go ahead and start picking our rooms. So I want to go ahead and populate my dungeon with as many battle rooms as possible. That's the entire goal of this particular playthrough. I like organizing my monsters by defense, and I'm a pretty easygoing guy. I don't really min-max until I get the rooms that I want. So at the moment, I just click on the big old fat auto-deploy button, and that is really good enough for me. I really don't care at this particular time, okay? Because it's day one. It's not a big deal whether or not I min-max my monster placement. So what I do want to go ahead and do with this particular strategy is I want to get this little gem of a room right here. Where is it? Where is it? Come on, come on, come on. And I believe there it is. So Warhorn gives 5 fury to all monsters in the dungeon when a hero enters. There are a lot of min-max strategies involving Warhorn. I want to go ahead and try to get that room, and in order for me to get this room, I need to grab a lounge as well as 2 frenzy rooms. Okay, so I have to keep that in the back of my mind. Anytime I see a frenzy room, I need to grab it, and then anytime I see a lounge, I need to grab that as well. Okay. So what we're going to do at the merchant, even though it's early on, is I'm going to go to construction. I'm going to keep trying to buy rooms as much as possible. So there are no fury rooms. Okay, so I'm going to go and choose sacrifice. I'm just going to randomly plop that down somewhere. Let's just go and plop that down there. And we're going to go back and we're going to keep buying more rooms. Remember, we're looking for lounges, and we just found one, which is excellent. We're going to go and pick that up, place it where it's not important, maybe right there. And then we're going to go ahead and keep buying. So I really want to go ahead and get that Warhorn room set up. But I need Fury rooms in the meantime. And I think I can go and afford 1 more room. So let's go and buy another one. Explosion, ambush, and battle. These are all pretty crap, to be honest with you. I'm just going to click ambush because I really don't care about it. I'm just going to go put it right there. And that's it. I can't afford any more. So that ends that. Day 2. So I am going to go ahead and try my hand out at the elite battle. The reason being is because under day 40, I usually can survive elite battles. Okay. I don't think it's that dangerous. And also right now, I'm always trying to get monster eggs to flesh out my room. I got a Lich Girl, which is extremely lucky. So I'm just going to go and put it right there. And put her right there, I should say. But I'm not too afraid of elite battles before day 40. Okay, after day 40 becomes a little bit tricky, but for the most part, early on, if you have the ability to have a couple of bodyguards in the Dungeon Lord room, they should be able to take care of any heroes that happen to enter. So that's a thing. So I'm going to go and put more battle rooms right now. Remember, I'm trying to flesh out my dungeon, so battle rooms as well as eggs are a priority. Now, I talked about this in the introduction part of this actual run. Since this is easy mode, I'm only trying to survive for 120 days, right? So what does that mean? Do I really care about events? Yes and no. I only want to get events to get rid of that annoying altar, or altar room, I should say, right? So if I click on this, I have this annoying altar right here. Attack of heroes that enters the room increases by 20%. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I don't want that. So I'm going to try to hit events early on. It's only day 4. And I'm going to try to get either that hammer or the demon. And that's exactly what I got. The goblin, I should say. So I'm going to go and click on destroy. I'm going to go and move over to the altar. Boom. Gone. No more altar. We are happy folks. And from now on, I will not click events because I do not have the observing eye relic. It's too dangerous. And if I get an elite battle, not only is it perilous, but I won't get a reward from it. So why bother? Okay. So I'm going to ignore events here on out. I'm just going to go and stick with regular battles. So let's going to have our monsters do their thing here. Exploit and guillotine. Okay, we don't want that. We want more eggs. And we got a Reaper Girl, which is, once again, extremely lucky. This is a very, very good run. I'm going to be very sad if one of these elite battles wipes me out. I'm going to be very, very sad. Because it has happened before. Like I said, a lot of players die before day 100. And it's just a thing that happens. So you see the strong metal armor equipment. It's only a 4-star artifact. It gives 30 life and 6 defense. Should I take another monster egg over it? I'm actually going to say no. And why is that? This is a level 1 run for the Dungeon Lord. She needs all the help that she can get. So I can boost her health by 30 and her defense by 6. This is going to give her a little bit more survivability. So I'm going to go and take that armor and I'm going to place it on her. Okay. Now, as much as I want to go and hit that dungeon room, I'm going to go ahead and hit the elite battles because I want to get more relics. So let's go and do that. All right. This equipment, as you can see, it only increases attack. I don't really care about that. I'd rather get another monster. All of these monsters aren't really that great. However, this guy has regeneration steel, which is an amazing ability. So we're going to go and take that, and we're going to go and put him with the little Reaper Girl right there. Give her a friend. And we're going to go ahead and hit another elite battle. So right now what I'm trying to do is populate my dungeon with as many battle rooms as I can, and then go ahead and put as many monsters as I can. And I'm still looking out for that Fury room, because remember, we got it. We want it, because that will allow us to have access to Warhorn, which will be extremely helpful. Warhorn is just an extremely good ability no matter what it is, what you do. It's really one of those meta rooms in the current dungeon maker strategy thing that I can't think of from the top of my head. Okay, Firewolf, we'll go and take you. We'll go and dump him right there. And move forward. Another elite battle. Funny little maid is running around there. She doesn't know where to go. She doesn't know where to go. There she goes. Now she's dead. Okay, that is a horrible relic. And do I want that one? Not really. I'd rather go for more eggs at this point in time. Do I want a Nightmare or do I want a Gargo? I think I'm going to go and take the Gargo because I like his ability a little bit more. And I'm actually going to go and place it in that room because he has mass acceleration. So sometimes skill does trump out monster. Like a skill on a certain monster is way better than the actual monster itself. I mentioned this in one of my other videos. Well, I'm going to go and repeat that fact here. Okay, so these are the things that you should be thinking about as you go on. So Rune Prison gives 3 feint to an enemy and able to take 1 action in 1 turn. Or do I take a monster egg? Now this is a 5-star relic. 25 attack is nothing to feint, nothing to make fun of. And I read feint for some reason. And feint is a good debuff. Okay, so I'm actually going to go and take that, and I'm going to put it on one of my strong monsters, a monster that I know that I'm going to have around for a very long time. So I can either put it on the Reaper Girl or the Phoenix. We'll go and put it on the Reaper Girl. So now she has that sword on her, and that's going to make her even better. So this room is pretty much locked down right here on the bottom. As a matter of fact, I might even switch monsters up in just a moment. You can see they just took care of that large farmer girl as quickly as possible. I'm going to go and take another monster room, diamond skin. Not the best, not the worst. We're going to take that. And I just got a really impressive relic. Where is it? Yeah, this one. Increases the effect of acceleration to 100%. When playing Tanya, that is amazing. I am shocked that I got that relic. So now this is going to make things even better. Okay, so this run is starting off really, really well for us. Let's go and keep the good vibes going. So that's not a bad one. Extraction. This is a pretty damn good trap. This is the only trap that I'm going to take and install because that's going to help buff up the monsters. That's going to turn most of them into elites. So I'm very lucky to get a lot of these elite battles early on. I want to grab as many relics as I can. Like I said, after day 40, I'm going to play it a little bit safer. I may or may not, depending on how many monsters I have fleshed out and how these battles are going. Okay, so I'm going to go and do that. Another battle room. Let's go and take that. I do actually like regeneration. It's not too bad. And we are definitely short on monsters right now. So we want to get some more monsters. Okay, that's that. Another battle room. No, we need eggs right now. We need eggs, and we need eggs bad. Not a very good pick, frankly speaking, but we will take her. And I do want to hit this elite battle room for another relic. Okay. Let's get another monster egg. Healing circle. Very, very welcome. Who's going to need healing circle? I guess I'll put it in this group. They're not very good. Alright, dungeon card or elite battle. Always elite battle early on. We want to grab those relics, okay? That's a mantra that should be going in your head. Early on, grab the elite battles, grab those relics. They will help you tremendously. But at the same time, you don't want to go overboard once you go past day 40, day 60, okay? Observing eye. Okay, well, maybe now I might want to rethink my whole not hitting events thing. Now that I have observing eye. Wow, this is a really amazing run. You know, in my test runs, nothing went this well. This is extremely good. So I have my first dungeon card. What am I going to do here? Now, wisdom would say I should start reading something up. And I am going to read. And what I personally like reading is attack. Because I want the monsters to get stronger. I want them to kill heroes as much as possible. So that is my personal preference. What you read is up to you. And this is going to be our first boss battle. And it's going to be pretty straightforward. Very easy. It's never an issue with this one. Come on. You can find your way home. Find it. Nope, she's lost. There we go. One flak, and she is done. Let's go ahead and pick our relic. And as I mentioned, you always want to expand your dungeon. There is no reason why you want to pick something else. Okay. Exploit. This one is a pretty good equipment as well. I'm actually going to take that, and I'm going to replace the armor that she has. So not only does it have better stats, but it gives her vampire ability, which she will need just in case an enemy hero enters the room. All right, so that is the first 20 days. This run is going really well so far. I'm going to go and stop it here and splice it in editing. So see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, we are back, and let's go ahead and continue on with our run, starting with day 21. So we got our 3 extra rooms now due to the pickaxe. I need to fill those with rooms immediately because I don't like it when heroes run by. So let's hope we get a battle room. And of course, I need a battle room and I don't get one, right? That's how things work. Runegraven skin is pretty good. What is this arm? I don't remember. Huh. I'm going to go and take Runegraven skin. And I'm going to go and place it with the Lick Girl because she's pretty damn strong. So we have a merchant coming up, and we have an event coming up, and I see an elite battle off in the distance. This is day 21. I'm not starved for the merchant yet, so I'm going to go and head on for that elite battle. Okay, we have a battle room. It's not the best. It's actually pretty crappy, but I am going to take it because I do not like this particular room being empty. I play things very, very safe. And let's go ahead and move you guys over here for the time being, because that's what I want to do. So we're going to go and take this battle right here. Pretty straightforward stuff. Nothing out of the ordinary. Another sprout room. Awesome. I do like this room because with certain monster setups, they're nigh invincible, especially with generative steel. It is a pretty sick combo. So another elite battle here. Tanya is easy mode because, like I said, you can just auto cast a 4-star ability and everything dies. Okay, that's not bad. That's not great. I think I'm going to take an egg in this one. An ogre, a default ogre, or Harvey already with acceleration. This is a tough one. I'm going to take the ogre because we're already giving everyone acceleration. Okay, we're already giving everyone acceleration. And let's go ahead and put him in one of these rooms right here. Day 25, nothing out of the ordinary. A couple of farmers. That is that. Earth Guardian. Oh my goodness. Get 1 absorption every time you attack enemies. This is too good. 60 attack and 12 defense. Yowza. Okay. I have a choice to make. Do I give this to one of my better monsters in the time being, or do I give it to my Dungeon Lord? Okay. This is going to drop her overall health, but look at her attack and look for her defense and also its special ability, which is 1 absorption, which is really good. We're going to go and give her the Earth Guardian because, yeah. So these particular ninja girls can be very annoying for trap heavy builds because they are able to bypass traps. I do not believe the RNG that I'm getting right now. So I got second heart, which means that my Dungeon Lord will revive herself if she gets killed. That is freaking amazing. Wow. Wowie, wow, wow. This is not preordained, guys. I am really shocked that I'm getting these rolls. So, cool. This is going very well. Let's go ahead and click on this one. our Ifrit girl leveled up. Cool. This is the first really, really bad thing. So when you get a bad draw like that, just go ahead and grab the equipment, and then just go ahead and give it to somebody. That's my personal opinion. Just grab the equipment. We don't care about reading books in a very small run like this. This run, like, we don't really care about books that much. So go ahead and just grab the equipment and give it to a random monster, because we're not really reading in such a short run. This is a day 120 run, and even at a day 340, unless you get the mono regeneration book right off the get-go, you're going to go ahead and want to use that. Okay, so we are still short on monsters. I will take a Naga girl any day of the week, and let's go and put her there with some friends. Okay, I'm always going to take battle rooms because they give me a guaranteed reward. So just harping on my initial part of this guide where I talked about having a good start. This has been a very good start. I have gotten a lot of relics that I can use. Like the acceleration buffing relic for Tanya is huge. And then I got a second heart on top of that. And then I got which is essentially a 6-star relic for her as well. A 6-star piece of equipment for her as well. So this is a really good start. And it's only like day 30. I have all of these awesome things at my disposal already. Because if she has Mystic 1, she is automatically going into the Dark Lord's room. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and pop these people out. And let's go and put them somewhere else. Let's go and put them in the regeneration rooms. I know my other monsters have Mystic 1, but I really don't care about min-maxing at this point in time. It's only day 31. But Mystic 1, any monster that I get Mystic 1S automatically goes into the dungeon. Automatically, because that's going to help us survive day 120. Okay, so this is pretty crap. There's nothing really I can use here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and take the Venom, and then I'm going to go in and enhance my facility, which is the lounge right now. And even that didn't level up. Okay, so that was a bad run. Right there. So more fighting, more things dying, more girls screaming. See that regeneration? It's really good. Increase the Dark Lord's maximum life by 70. Yes, give me that strawberry. Give me all the strawberries. And we get a Phoenix. So just lay it on me. We're going to put the Phoenix in the regeneration room. Next day. And we're actually going to hit our merchant again, because we have some gold now. Alright. So remember, just as a reminder, I still want Warhorn, but I still need 2 Fury rooms. Let's go ahead and scroll down right here. I always want this room. So I still need Fury. Frenzy, I should say. Frenzy. So let's go and see if we can roll from some more Frenzies. If not, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to take that one, and I don't like it, but I'm going to go and enhance my lounge with it. Let's go and buy another room. Barrier, upgraded, battle. This is a level 6 room, so not the best, but not the worst. I'll actually plop that down, because it was already upgraded. Let's buy some more. Hunger is an excellent trap. But I unfortunately cannot use it. So I'm just going to go and take that and once again upgrade the facility with it, which is a shame. And let's buy this. Guillotine, exploit, and upgraded battle room. Ugh, pretty rough here. Pretty rough selection. I really don't like any of these choices, so I'm just going to go and keep pumping up the lounge. Whoops, I clicked that by accident. That was a misclick. I apologize. I was not supposed to exit the merchant room. These wireless mouses, man. But that's okay. That's alright. We're still good. We're doing just fine. Okay. So let's go and get some monsters to start populating these rooms down here, because heroes are starting to break through. And that always makes me a little bit nervous. So that unfortunately was a misclick. But that is alright. We're doing fine. Okay. Sword and shield room? No, we need eggs. We need monsters right now. Oh. Cute little Minotaur girl. There you go. And this is going to be pretty straightforward to day 40, I think. I don't think there's any rooms that I see. And I like how we're holding up right now. I got a lot of really good relics. I will go ahead and take that temptation room. I got a lot of good relics so far. I feel like my monsters are relatively strong. So I'm going to go ahead and take the chance of running some more elite battles from 40 to 60. So I think that's my shot. I want to go and grab some more relics. Help flesh out the run a little bit. But overall, just an excellent start to this run so far. Trap, battle room, and stereo. Okay, this is all pretty rough. I'll take that. I'll just enhance the lounge with it. Because right now, I have no shortage of rooms. I do have a shortage of monster eggs. So I'm going to go and upgrade the one facility that can help the rest of my monsters right now. Okay, elite slime. It would have been better if something else got elite, but that's fine. Sword of Vitality, Iron Maiden. So this is... I'm going to take the equipment. I'm going to give it to one of my stronger girls. There we go. My elite Ifrit. I'd rather take that than that really subpar room. We're going to go and read and keep reading the book that we have been reading. Remember, reading is not that important for this particular run because we're only going to day 120 anyway, so who really cares? Unless you have the mana regeneration book. If you get that book on like day 3, you better start reading that book. I mean, period. Okay, so pretty scary. I mean, that one hero at day 40 almost broke through all my rooms. Just going to show you how scary things can get, but she did. Alright, so get regeneration as much as 20% of damage received. Dark Lord attack 2 enemies simultaneously and discount price of items sold by once. Now, I'm really tempted to get this, but I actually like Blooming Bud a lot, so we're going to go and take that one. And once again, no shortage of rooms. I have a shortage of monsters at the time being. So there we go. And that is day 40, guys. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. Going to go and do a little cut right here. Alright, welcome back, guys. We are going to go from day 40 to day 60 now. So let's go and click on this battle room and head over to the free treasure chest, which is going to give us another relic. So right now we're doing very, very well in our run. We started off very, very good in these first 40 days. We have a lot of great relics. We have pretty good monsters, great equips for them as well. Overall, just a really good, solid foundation. Okay, I am running in a shortage of monsters at the moment, but yeah. That is fine. We're going to go and correct that very soon. Let's go and click on our treasure chest. Oh, there's another treasure chest right there as well. Okay, so the little coin is absolutely, completely worthless. Increases Dark Lord's maximum life by 25 is probably useful. And smoked meat, when poison is triggered, give additional damage as much as 20% of burn stat. So we can't really use the other two. Let's go and take the apple. Give the Dark Lord a little bit more staying power. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and hit the... Well, actually, it's all the same, now that I think about it. Let's go ahead and redo our merchant. Because we were supposed to do that early on. What can I unlock right now? Okay, I do not want to unlock that. And monster fusions, I don't have anyone now, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and buy some more rooms. Blood altar, go and take that, install it right there. Operation room is rather useless. However, I'm going to take it to go ahead and buff my lounge. And I think I can afford 2 more rooms. A hatchery is really good. As a matter of fact, I actually am going to take the hatchery. And I can buy 1 more room. And unfortunately, I have not received the room that I wanted, which was, I believe, Frenzy. So that's kind of a shame, but that is okay. We can't win them all, so let's go and get out of that. Alright, so I said in the previous video, I'm going to gamble a little bit. This is a little bit dangerous, but I'm going to go and do the elite battles because I feel like we can handle them. So we got a elite imp upgraded. Look at this spear girl. She's just mowing through people. Okay. But we got her. Cool. That's neat. We need monsters and we need them now. We're going to go and put it there. Another treasure chest. Let's go and see what we got. Increase attack much thorn, whatever. Cursed candle. Enemies in panic state will receive 30% more damage. Not bad, but we are definitely going to take the iron plate because that's going to give everyone some more survivability. So I see some elite battles up in the corner. Let's go and grab those. So you'll notice that there's no rhyme or reason to my monster layout. I don't min-max up until that amount. And you see that Mono 101 Chapter 1. If you get this early on in a run, go ahead and read it and try to get it as much as possible. It's like if you get this before day 10, grab it and then spend another 10 days trying to get it done. Because this is so good. Mono Regeneration is really overpowered. But I'm not going to read this book. I don't care. I'm only trying to survive to day 120. So I'm actually going to take the crappy room and I'm going to use it to upgrade my hatchery. Because that's going to be more important. That's going to give me much stronger monsters as the run goes on. And I need powerful, beefy, buff monsters to help protect my dungeon. But yeah, anything Mono Regeneration in terms of books, grab it, love it, read it, do everything that you can with it because it's really good. So we just got a 5-star Reaper Girl. We're going to put her up there. Another elite battle. Alright, things are going swimmingly. Okay, not the best relic in the world. That's okay. Can I upgrade my hatchery or my lounge? No. That's a shame. But we're going to go ahead and keep on going. Alright, and leave him. Cool. Would have been nicer with something else. Okay, a lot better abilities. So we're going to go and take that dude. And we're going to put him with the Cyclops. And another elite battle. So, starting to gamble a little bit with these elite battles. As the days go on, the elite battles get trickier and trickier. But it's fine. We should be okay. The irony of elite battles is that, like, if you make it past day 200, then you can start grabbing as many elite battles as you want to. Oh, cool. They upgraded my hatchery. Awesome. But before that, you don't want that. Which is kind of funny. Because the reason being is you may screw yourself over royally. I said most players die early on. I cannot stress that point enough. Most players die before day 100 due to them not really having the proper strategy planned out, or they overcomplicate things. They're thinking too long term. You know, they get greedy. They're thinking like, oh, if I read 40 books, you know, I'm gonna be really set up for the long game, and then they just die, and then they get really upset and they go on the forums. They start complaining, all that jazz. That's no one ever likes stuff like that. So please be mindful. Elite battles, if you can handle them, do so. But they are kind of a gamble in the early days. You can actually start farming elite battles once you feel established. Like if you're literally sitting back drinking a soda or a coffee or your beverage of choice and the heroes are just melting, then go ahead and start farming elite battles. You know, you have plenty of time. Okay. Do I take the equipment? No, because I know that I can do... I should have took the equipment. I was going to make a wise comment saying I can upgrade one of my facilities, but no. So that was a stupid move on my part. I should have took the equipment. A random monster could use a little extra stuff. Okay, we're going to leave that. That's cool. Man, these things are starting to get expensive. Alright, so I am going to ignore events. I do not care. I really don't care. There is one event where you sacrifice a little bit of life and all your monsters get upgraded. That would be good, but also very dangerous. But I'm not going to take that chance. I feel like I'm already gambling enough doing these elite battles at this level. So let's grab an egg. Ooh, an Ent. Yes. Yes, I want you. and I will put you there in the regeneration room. You will, other than an ancient mummy, ents are pretty tanky. Ancient mummies are nastily tanky for the right setup. Okay. We need monsters, and we need them now. Willpower and Deadly Blade. Challenger's Cry. Oh, I like Challenger's Cry. Let's go put you in that room. Are we going to hit the merchant? I want to hit both of these elite battles though, so no. As always, if you guys want to go and pick my brain for anything related to Dungeon Maker, feel free to do so. Go ahead and send me a comment on YouTube. I will go ahead and read it. I do read all comments, no matter how strange some may be. Let's just go and say that. And I'll try to go and answer your questions in a timely manner. I am, of course, busy with other responsibilities, so if I don't get back to you right away within a day, I apologize. But I usually answer most questions within 24 hours. Because my channel is not necessarily that large anyway. So, it's not like I'm answering 1,000 emails like some people. Okay, that relic is crap. Not exciting. Not bad either. I think we're going to finish our third book in the next thing. So believe me when I say I'm clinching when I do these elite battles. I'm clinching hard. I have had elite battles where I thought everything was going to be fine. And just, it all goes to crap. It goes horrendously wrong. And I become a very, very sad person. So believe me when I say that. I've had enough experience with Dungeon Maker where in elite battle you think everything is going to be okay, and then no, it's not. It just, no, it's gone. All right, day 60. All right. Ooh, that's exactly what I was looking for. Another expansion. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I am actually going to take a monster room because I need to shore up that area right there. And then I think the next time I hit the merchant, I'm just going to start buying eggs. All right, so that has been up to day 60. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, welcome back, and we're now going to continue our Dungeon Maker run. So I'm going to go ahead and try to make these a little bit faster now because I know exactly what I'm doing. I am not going to hit elite battles. I'm literally going to tag every battle from here on out to get a guaranteed reward. I'm going to hit a merchant up to go ahead and flesh out some more rooms and eggs. Probably eggs though, because I need them at this point in time. But then other than that, that's pretty much it. We are going to be good to go. So I'm going to ignore everything but battle rooms and merchants because I want that guaranteed reward. I need the reward. Okay, I need to make sure my dungeon is fleshed out before I do anything fancy, before any optimization or any other what I would call nonsense. I want my my dungeon fleshed out. That is the most important thing. So in a day 120 run, it doesn't matter. You know, I just need to flesh out my dungeon, and then we're going to pretty much be at the end. For a day 340 run, of course, you can start optimizing your battle room, so you can get a room that's much better than a previous one, like, you know, a room that only increases like monster life, and then you get like a room that gives everyone blind when they enter or something like that. You obviously want to go and take that room and start replacing them. But for this one, we're just going to take any battle room that we can get, and we're just going to start populating them with monsters, because that's all that matters. All right. I really don't like these rooms. I'm hesitating. I'm even hesitating when I see them. But it is what it is. The elite liquor, that's always welcome. Okay, let's start shoring up the top, shall we? See, there's 2 elite battles in front of me. It's very tempting to do them, so I'm going to start playing it safe. You don't have to. You can gamble if you want to. That's up to you. You can feel your own run. But I'm going to, at the moment, play it safe. Because I know right now I need... oh, Lizard Man. I need monsters. I need bodies in my rooms. And this can go horrendously wrong and end my run. It has happened. It just happened. A bad angel summon, a couple of spear girls, and my monster, my dungeon lord is dead. He's just dead. And you blink and you go, what happened? I don't know. Okay, elite Reaper girl, cool. Ooh, beautiful. An int. I like me some ints. So this is going to be a pretty boring little segment here. I think it's these little 20 days here from 60 to 80. I haven't seen anything really worth mentioning. Okay, so we're going to go and take that equipment because it's really good. And we're going to give it to... Someone had Mystic 1S. Who is my bodyguard right now in my room? Who was that? Someone had it. Oh, the Golem has it. He has Mystic 1 too? Okay, well, I'm giving it to him. I need to put the Golem... Oh, the other girl had it too. Okay, so I need to put the Golem in my Dungeon Lord's room right now. I need to remember it. Put him in the Dungeon Lord's room. And next time I'm going to monster. Okay. No monsters, of course. I say that and I get no monsters. That's fine. Let's go and get our attack and defense up. So I'm playing very conservative at this point. I'm ignoring the elite battles. I probably talked to Ira about them, but they can end your run prematurely if you're not ready for them, or if you're just overconfident. So don't do what Donnie don't does. And play it safe. Let's see, monster egg. Thank you. Okay, we have another golem. Hopefully I don't get confused. So that's the golem on top. I'm gonna swap out this golem and put him in the room. There we go. And that phoenix, I'm going to move it over here. So now I have 2 monsters in the Dungeon Lord room who have Mystic 1. Now during a Protect Your Lord challenge mode, you don't have to worry too much about your bodyguards being overpowered. Like I said, having Mystic 1S is pretty much paramount so that you don't whack her during the day 120 thing when everyone gets hazed or stuff like that. But yeah, the whole point is to engage the heroes before they even enter the Dungeon Lord's room. So your bodyguards can kind of take a backseat. They don't need to be the best of the best. Having 1 or 2 in there, however, just in case something hits the fan, is always a welcome addition, some insurance. But ultimately, you don't really need the best of the best. So that's just a little bit of a reminder. This isn't a traditional type of thing. I'm actually going to go ahead and select that. And keep pumping up my hatcheries, because the monsters that we're starting to get from eggs now are becoming quite strong, which is always a good thing. I got some money to burn too, 826 gold, so I probably will be doing that the next time. And what's nice is that the next time I see a merchant, we're going to be popping out some pretty nice monsters that have levels to them. So... A Reaper? Yes, please, come here. But no merchants. Surprisingly, no merchants. Cool, my bodyguard got upgraded. Mr. Egg. Sea Drake. Yes, sir. Come here. There you go. Shore up that top. So the funny thing that's happening to me right now is I think like the top is going to be impenetrable, and then like the monsters are going, or the heroes are going to break through the neglected bottom row here. I have a feeling. We'll see what happens. Like, I think the center row, ironically, probably has my weakest monsters at the moment. Because I have not gotten like a Gigantify room or anything like that. It's okay. Frosty Tornado is pretty darn good. You know, we're like, I don't want to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Let me go and take that imp out. Put that there, and then move him over there. There we go. And since I just read a book, and I don't plan to read any more books, I already read 3 days worth of books, I think I'm going to use that last dungeon card to upgrade either my lounge or my hatchery. Because I got a relic before that dude I did do that. That is a good room. I'm going to go install it right there. The Firewolf? Okay. Another egg. Our monsters are starting to become very nice. Level 38 versus 42. 42 with no skill. 38 with a bunch of stuff. Always take the one with more skill. It's going to shore up that square right there. And then our obligatory dungeon card. So I'm not going to do any more reading because I'm not going to finish a book. I'm going to upgrade. And I'm going to go and upgrade our lounge. It's going to extra 2 attack and defense for all our monsters. And let's go in day 80. Almost a self-fulfilling prophecy there. Look at all my rooms being cleared. All my safeguards, all of me being conservative, and I still had all those rooms cleared. So pretty scary stuff. Okay, we don't have another expansion, which is a shame. Pearl Shell is pretty good too, but recover 5 empty mana crystals at the beginning of a battle. I'm going to go and take that. That is quite nice. And we're going to go and take another egg. Vampire and Battle Cry. Nightmare Electric Armor. Let's take the Nightmare Girl. And we're going to go and shore her up there. And that is day 80, guys. Okay. So I'm going to do a little cut here. I'll see you guys in the next segment. Alright, welcome back, guys, to my day 80 run. Or day 120 run, I should say, for Protect Your Lord. I'm starting to lose my mind here. But you know what it is. You've been following along. So we're now trucking along. We're going to hit day 120 relatively soon, within a half hour, I hope. Everything is going well. The monsters are doing well. I need to hit a merchant to start spending some of this money. But other than that, not too bad. I'm going to use the rooms that I get now to, unless they're absolutely really, really good, I'm just going to use them to go and upgrade my lounge and my hatchery. So that way the monsters that pop out of eggs are a lot stronger. Alright. So we're going to go and stop by the merchant, and we're going to go and shore up what we need to shore up. And I believe that is going to be some monsters. However, let's go ahead and fuse some monsters, shall we? Let's go on you. And we are going to put you where? Right here? Right in front? Sure. Yeah. She has Mystic 1. Oh, that's tough. That's a shame. But I'm gonna go infuse her. It's too... It would be too stupid not to shield her. I'm gonna leave her in the Dungeon Lord's room for now. And who else can I? Okay. And bad breath. Let's go put you right in center. All right. So let's go and shore up with some more eggs. Mystic 1, hey. There you go. Nice. Vampire Girl, Immortal Body. Alright, break. That's right. Let's go and shore this top square here. Electric Weapon, Vine Lasso. Put you on Curse. Put you with your buddy right there. I can afford one more. Foresight, Ultra Regeneration, Rune Prison. I kind of like him, so let's go and do that. Okay, and I can't afford anything else. Nope. So let's go and skip. Alright, so that was my merchant. Let's go ahead and continue on with our battles. Trap Arena, Barrier, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to keep pumping up my hatchery right now. Because why not? I could do that or I could do the lounge. Either or is fine. Either or is good. Because at the moment, if you do the math out, like increasing the lounge by 1 level, you give 1 attack, 1 defense to all the monsters in your dungeon. So you're doing a pretty fancy multiplication, if that makes any sense. 244 and 22 overspeed. I like overspeed. Put you right there. So as a reminder, there are many players out there that have more knowledge than me. I wanted to do this guide because I felt it wasn't done. A lot of people don't really kind of go through their thoughts when they're doing a playthrough. They kind of just make very spiffy commentary, which is absolutely fine. I like the spiffy commentary myself, but sometimes you want a little bit more insight. However, people on the English-speaking Reddit, as well as Toucharcade forums, plug to them one more time. They are more than happy to answer your questions, okay? And I am as well via YouTube. So if you have a specific question, ask. I'll try my best to answer it. And I won't promise you that I can, but I will try. Defense Captain is pretty good. And we're starting to run out of places to put monsters, which is exactly what I want. Because I want that overflow. If I can start getting an overflow of monsters, I can start replacing weaker monsters or combining them. Which would be great. So that's what I'm starting to get worried about. My bottom row is starting to falter a bit. But it's alright, still holding. And my top row is like overpowered. Black Axe. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. We are actually going to give that to my bodyguard unit. Okay. Not good. Let's start working on that lounge. I don't want to hit the merchant yet because I don't have that much money. So it doesn't matter if I hit him. The cargo girl. this is really that beneficial. So we're just going to upgrade the lounge. Now everybody gets a little attack boost and defense boost, which is always good. And since nothing is interesting that's happening on screen right now, I guess I'll use this time to start giving you some advice for normal runs. So on a normal run, once you start passing day 140, 160, and like I said, everything just starts feeling right. You know, everything just starts. It just feels like it's at the right place. You're at a good place. Then start farming elite battles at day 140, then or 160. Like if everything feels super comfortable, you feel like your base is established. You feel like your monsters can hold their own. The heroes are barely making a dent in your front 2 rows or something like that. Then go ahead and start farming those elite battles. Then you're going to start needing those relics as day 200 starts creeping up, because the heroes are going to start getting a little bit stronger, a little bit more annoying, and you know you don't want that. You know what I mean? All right. I believe I need to give this to somebody. Well, who am I going to give it to? I am completely at a loss who to give this to right now. I really am. Who do I give it to? Let's give it to the dragon guy. I'm sorry about this. I said I was going to make this fast. This is dragging on. Where are you, buddy? Where are you? There you go. Another monster. So the big test is going to be day 100. I know a lot of people die at day 100. I'm not too sure why, what happens. And of course, day 120 is the noob trap, where your bodyguards kill your own dungeon lord in the blink of an eye. Shout out mirror, armor break, shield bash, over speed. Let's take shout out mirror. Cool. Rage was not what I wanted. I needed frenzy. I made that mistake already. So I'm gonna go and get rid of that elite slime, unfortunately. Now we have one room that's free. Okay. I am not going to put them in the Dungeon Lord's room because they do not have Mystic 1. I don't want them smacking my poor Dungeon Lord. And now I can start combining monsters. So now I'm starting to have an overflow of monsters, and I can start combining them, which is what I want. Now that makes that option more useful. So I don't have to just purely have to rely on eggs, now that I have spare monsters. But I'm just going to give us an event. Fire Wolf. Thank you. And let's go and get that bat out of the way. There we go. Yes. That was pretty damn scary. Another monster egg. Ghoul girl. And we're going to go and replace that little dude right there. Pop it in. She does not have something or another. So I'm going to go and plop her down here. This guy. There you go. And I feel confident enough. That's fine. I'm not super worried. So we are not going to be doing any reading. We could train. We can upgrade. Upgrade's probably the better answer. And what can I upgrade here? Why not? Why not? And day 100. My butt is clenched. It is clenched. Look at all those buffs. Look at this chaos. Look at this. Look how many burn through. You see that? I burned through my heart. You guys see that? So my dungeon lord actually died. She died once. That just goes to show you the scariness of day 100 and why so many people fear it. My butt immediately clenched. But we're okay now. And we're going to start immediately populating this room. Yes. Phew. All right, guys. So we're going to see you in the next video. Or I should say next segment. All right, we're now on the final stretch. We just went by a harrowing day 100 where my dungeon lord actually died. She actually got killed. But luckily she had a second heart relic, which allowed her to restore herself. And now it should be pretty straightforward to day 120. And I'm just going to keep getting eggs as I see them. Fallen Axe. I am actually going to give Tanya the Fallen Axe because it's better for her. Because that immortality is going to be useful just in case. And at this point, we're pretty much at the home stretch. So, just going to keep grabbing eggs as I see them. And that's pretty much it. The one thing to note about Dungeon Maker, and one of its flaws in my personal opinion, is that the battle music can get very, very tedious. I think I don't need to tell other people that. They've probably figured this out by now. So if you have a nice little playlist to listen to while you're playing this game, feel free to do so, because the default music can get a little grinding. I mean, it's charming the first couple hours, and afterwards you can't stand it. Return is a damn good trap. Shame. Shame that I can't put it somewhere. You know, I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it there just for the heck of it until I get something better, because we're at the home stretch. But that is such a good trap. It's good right out the gate. You don't need to. You just need to upgrade it once. And then that's it. It's like it's good. It's ready to go. It's such a good trap. Funny day when a goblin is one of my bodyguards. Oh man, angels. Angels can be so trolly. Another lounge. I'm actually going to take that, believe it or not. And the reason I'm taking that is because we're at the home stretch. I'm probably going to replace that other room with a battle room. Maybe train trap anyway. And the +4 and attack defense is very useful. Yes. And you know who I'm going to give it to? My new bodyguard. Where are you, buddy? Are you all the way back here? Oh my goodness. Come on. There you are. A goblin gets a rank 6 relic. What a world. I do want to hit a merchant before I hit day 120. Ancient mummy, where were you before? You are so badass. I'm going to drop you right there. Sloth is a good room. So much, in fact, that I'm actually going to replace that room in the center right there. So I'm getting a little fancy now. I'm getting a little fancy because we're at the home stretch. So I'm getting a little fancier. Electric armor, try out my mystic one. Welcome aboard. Dark Lord gets Fury Temper, enter. I will get Last Resort because that's needed. Ah, merchant. Beautiful. Beautiful. Scarlet Moon, Immortal Body. It's pretty good. I saw a bat character right there. There we go. Gotta shore up that center lane. We were almost done, guys. So what I'm going to do with the remaining gold at the merchant is I'm going to see if I have any more monster fusions. I doubt it. And then I'm going to start actually using the rest of the gold to summon eggs and combine monsters. If that makes any sense. Achilles heel, Diamond Skin, Mass Excel. I like Idol Tree. It's a really good thing. In the center here, I'm not sure what that slime is doing there. Okay, merchants. Hello, buddy. So monster fusions, we have none. So we're going to go and combine monsters because we have extra. So we're going to go and combine our extra monsters. Hopefully they turn into something good. Hellfire Imp. He's a lot better than he was before. Cerberus. Okay. Still a lot better than what he was before. So I'm going to go and pop those two guys out because I'm going to go ahead and combine them. Yes. There's another elite imp. That was elite bat. I traded a bat for a bat. So let's go and summon Lizard Man. Let's go and put him right there. Monster Egg, Phoenix Girl. Okay, we'll take you. I'm going to replace the Gargo dude right there. One more egg. Magic Shield, Amplifying Rune. Take that. There's a Gargo down here, and a Harpy to boot. And I can now go and combine my unused monsters. So it would really be nice if they had like an ability to combine. No, I don't want you. An ability to see monsters that you can combine. Like they had that like a little extra organization tab. That would be great. Not world changing that they don't have that, but it would be a nice quality of life. A Skull Hound. I mean, that's definitely a lot better than what we had. And I can do one more combine with the two guys we have left. There you go. So I hope this guide was really enlightening to new players to the game. Yeah, you basically heard me talk the entire time. Ooh, I'll definitely take that. So really, really hope you guys got something out of it. I really, really do hope so. What level was that dude? Whatever, he's probably weaker than her. And that is it. I think I can't afford anything else. I could buy one more room, so might as well burn it. Sword and Shield Arena. Can I level up one of my lounges? I think I can. Yes. That last little moment right there. Okay. So our bottom is now shored up with a lot better monsters. Hey, Goo Girl. I haven't seen her in a while. What level was that Harpy? 43. No, she has Sandstorm. She's actually quite good. What about this Gargoyle girl? 38 Sandstorm. No, she's better. Wait, there's a bat there? Get you out there. Quick reflexes. Slime girl. This guy's healing circle? No, you go there. There has to be someone you can replace. That Gargoyle girl right there. Frosty Tornado. Bloody Fang. Ah, we're good. Okay, that was a laughable fight. We're gonna give we're gonna give someone +8 attack. Sure. There you go. The last one. Let's upgrade a random room. The lounge up there. Cool. Give everyone a 2 attack and 10 wins. And we are here, folks. We are at day 120. Butthole clenched. Sorry for the visual. Look at all those monsters. I may not survive this. We shall see. Oh, I'm getting a phone call too. So due to that haze 10 effect, all of my monsters basically killed themselves. All of my monsters pretty much killed themselves, which is the reason why you have to have Mystic 1. And we are victorious. So let's go ahead and get our rewards. I go and take that. It doesn't really matter because we are done right now. Sorry about that phone call. And we are done. Okay. Protect your lord achieved. Yay. And we are finished, guys. All right. So that is that. I hope you enjoyed the guide. It was a little bit lengthy. I apologize, but I hope you got to see the inside of my brain. I hope you understood what I was trying to do. And day 100 and day 120 are no joke. I mean, I pretty much well prepared for it. I prepared you mentally for it. I gave you a game plan. But still, see, if I didn't get a good start, I would have had issues, right? So just goes to show you that proper planning prevents piss poor performance. I'm sure you've heard that before. Continuing on, if this was a day 340 run on normal, I would have just kept optimizing my monsters. I would have shored up deficiencies where I saw them. I would have switched the rooms out where I needed to. I would have still tried to get that Warhorn room. I would have started optimizing a little bit more. But you can still keep doing the strategy that I was doing. And if you're happy with where your monsters are at, start doing elite battles. Start farming those relics. And that way your run would go a lot smoother. All right, so that is it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I had fun making it. I'm very tired. My voice is about to collapse. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the YouTube description. Other than that, feel free to go over to the English-speaking Reddit, and feel free to go over to the Toucharcade forums. And there you can go ahead and ask questions there, or check out the cool fan art. All right? That is it for me. I am done. Take care, guys. I will see you around on my channel and next time. Take care. Bye-bye.